All right, JHK here for Fight Night Picks, and join me right now is PFL Featherweight contender Chris Wade. Chris, you're sitting in isolation. I know this time around it's 12 days rather than 17. How are you handling all of that?
Yeah, they shortened it by 5 days, but we're getting through. It's rough, man. It's rough without my family. It's rough. It's tough on with my girlfriend being apart and my daughter. It's um, it's a mental game here as much as it is just making the weight and fighting. So um, I learned a little bit from it last time, but being by yourself this long, it's like some weird form of prison.
It is, especially when you get to look out the window and pretty much it's where you're from, right? It's not too far from your house.
Yeah, it's not too far. If I tilt the screen, I can see everybody hanging out on the beach right now, and they're enjoying the weather, and the pool is right under me, so I can see everybody hanging out in the pool, and social media, just watching everybody. Like now that some of the stuff has been lifted, enjoying this first weekend of the nice weather. It plays tricks with your head, but there's a task at hand, so I'm trying to stay focused and just get to Thursday.
Did you prepare yourself any better than the last time? Did you take anything with you to keep your head in the game?
Uh, I took some books with me. I've been really into, as I'm sure maybe you've dabbled in with what's gone on, but I've been really into trading stocks and cryptocurrency. So my girlfriend got me a book at Barnes and Nobles about trend trading. So I've been trying to bust through some chapters on that, and I got a Raspberry Pi with me with all bunch of the old video games loaded up from like Nintendo and Super Nintendo. So between those two things, I'm trying to uh, keep my nights filled with that and do something positive here, make some investments. But during the day, I've been watching some sports. I was watching basketball earlier, the two playoff games, and just we've been here for 8 days now, so just we're in the home stretch.
That's right. That's right. Now, let's rewind a little bit. You know what I mean? Your return to the PFL cage. It was at featherweight this season after you fought pretty much your whole career at 155. I believe you fought at 170 in your pro debut. But other than that, how did it feel, man? The whole process of being at featherweight and that fight, man. How did you feel like it played out?
Well, it's quite a challenge for me because I'm 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 in pretty good shape. If you look at my social media at like 175, 180, I carry good muscle and I don't look bad at the beach like that. So going down to 146 pounds is like it's a it's a it's definitely a lifestyle change. But we got the first one done pretty easy. I mean, with how committed I was to the diet and to the training. Um, but with that being said, I think I said this in a couple of other interviews. I ran way too much. I probably clocked like in the 17-day bubble, like 70 miles or something like that on just making weight. I ran the morning of weigh-ins like 3, 4 miles. So I think when you watch me come out in that fight, you could see that my legs didn't have the explosiveness that you usually see me with at 55. So we're mixing it up this time. We're going to change some things. We've run like a fraction of the amount, and that I think is going to save the legs, and it's going to give me that spring that I need and that bounce in my step to be in the cage second go around. Yeah, that's with anything in life, right? It's like the first time you do something, you can't expect it to be perfect. And the guy that I was fighting's been spent his whole career at 45, dizzy. So I knew that that would be a challenge for me to overcome. But I came on strong toward the end of that fight, and I think that the second time around, it's going to get just better and better.
That's completely interesting because, like you said, you came out strong at the end of the fight and you said your legs wasn't there. It's like, how will he perform with his legs? That's the big question now heading into this fight coming up.
Yeah, I think that you're gonna see a different cat in there. Like, sometimes it just takes a little bit of trial and error to get things just right. And I found success despite some issues I had with the first weight cut. So making adjustments, I think things are gonna just get better, and that's gonna lead to even more success in there. Because for me, for a guy who fights the way I fight, my legs are huge. For me in a bout, I need them. They have to be strong. So um, I'm taking very special care right now to make sure that I have power and spring in those.
Did you or have you always liked running, or was running something that you learned to love in the past couple of months?
Dude, I hate running. I hate distance running. I'll race you in like a sprint or something, but then I'm done.
Yeah.
Or I'll sprint for a ball if someone hits a fly ball or if they throw a football. Other than that, I don't want any part of it. I don't even want to run one lap, you know? But it's been like a necessary evil. I just put the AirPods in and I try to put my mind somewhere else and I just go at it, you know, and I grind. And it's led to me having like pretty damn good cardio now. I'm a problem now late in fights, which is something that at 55 I didn't do as much running, so I would be explosive in the beginning, and then my third round would be like my weakest round. So now I'm saying to myself, like, damn, it's probably a blessing in disguise because once I get the weight cut really kind of down pat, now I'm a more complete fighter because I'm dangerous. I'm coming on stronger round after round. So um, even though I don't like running, I know that to make this weight, it's something that I got to do. I got to get that sweat in, and I've not that I've learned to love it. I'm not. You're not going to catch me like after this, you know, signing up for a marathon or anything like that in the near future. But um, I'm okay with it enough that I can get it done.
Running is one of the, one of the things that you have to battle yourself. I mean, you've seen one of the craziest dudes out there, David Goggins. That's what he does. He runs and he tells you, shut up, battle yourself, beat yourself up, right? And get mentally tough. So I guess, another good aspect of running is like that mental toughness, building that, right? So you know that at the 14th minute mark, you can go 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes, right?
Exactly. Goggins is one of my favorite dudes to watch, for mental toughness and for training and for to be inspired by his words. So, and a lot of the videos he puts out, he's running while he speaks, which is cool. I like that. Um, and yeah, it's you against you out there when you're running, right? Most of the time. So that's the way I look at it. When I'm feeling tired, I push harder and I'm running way past it's not like I run for 15 minutes and get off. I'm running like way beyond the amount the time I would compete for. And now in my head, when I go in the cage, I know it's a really good feeling to know like that I can break this dude and he's going to wilt. And I feel like that in this fight. I've watched tape on my opponent and he can be slick and he could be explosive, but he does not get stronger throughout a bout. In fact, usually when I see him really spend some juice, it's kind of downhill from there. So um, that's something I'm looking to exploit.
Let's talk about the guy, man. Arman. He's a guy that they brought in from ACA, ACB organization. He's, anybody that goes through that organization is a tough dude, right? And he's making his PFL debut against you. Might not be the smartest thing, but, what is your thoughts on him and what he brings to the table?
Yeah, Arman is, and I have respect. I'm sure you looked at. It sounds like you know pretty well what my career has been. So I'm probably one of the Americans that's fought the most Russian or in that area guys in my career of anyone. So I know these guys and how tough they are and where they come from better than anybody. And I don't overlook these guys. They're talented everywhere, and they don't quit. They're they're always there, and they're there for the whole fight unless you change that. So um, yeah, I think that he's gonna have a little bit of a transition. He spent a lot of his fights as like this huge celebrated favorite where the crowd is just completely behind him, and if the other guy wins, there's like not it's crickets. So he's in my world right now. This is New Jersey and Atlantic City is my home away from home. I have a ton of bouts here. I have multiple bouts at this hotel and casino that I'm at right now. So what really sucks is that I'd love to have my people here. That would be really cool to have the energy. It's a different experience in there with nobody in there, and I don't like it. But so he gets a little bit of an advantage back, being that he doesn't have my crowd here screaming for me. But yeah, ACB or whatever it is, tough dudes. It's a tough region, tough area of the world. Nothing but respect. But I also don't think he's really fought anybody like me yet before. So his athleticism, most guys he fights, they're tough, but they lack in that a little bit. I can go toe to toe with him. You want to spin, I could spin. You want to jump, I could jump. You want to fly, I could fly. You want to wrestle, I could wrestle. So he's got to really be on his toes too. He gets a little cocky in certain fights, and in this fight, I think he's got to keep those hands up.
Before we get into the camp, I wanted to ask you about Long Island, man. Uriah Hall and Chris Weidman had this little back and forth about Long Island not being part of New York. I just wanted to get a third party opinion from someone from Long Island. Like, when you heard those statements, were you irked a little bit about, what he said?
I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No, I didn't. But I don't know what Chris was saying on our behalf. But
well, he said that he would smack Uriah Hall when he saw him for saying that.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't take it like that because, all right, here's my take on it.
Okay.
New York, to me, the city, is not New York. Like, they need to go. Manhattan needs to go. Manhattan is full of people from everywhere else. It's not people who grew up in New York. Long Island is New York. Upstate New York, Westchester County, everywhere, up all the way through to Buffalo, that's New York. The city is a bunch of people from all over the world who think it's cool, and they fly into Manhattan, and then they're New Yorkers. They're not New Yorkers. So Uriah Hall's full of shit. If if he thinks that the city is more New York than Long Island, I mean, I'm with Chris. That's just simply not the case. But I think that being that there's so many people from elsewhere, Long Island needs to just be its own state, and we can just. I don't care if we're not New York anymore. We could just be Long Island. If they want Washington D.C. to be a state, why can't we be a state? We got millions of people. So, as far as I'm concerned, Long Island is Long Island, and we are New York more so than Manhattan for sure.
All right, man. Cleared it up. Now, Long Island MMA, that's your spot. Who are the extremely important people that have been helping you prepare for this upcoming season?
So they're my basically career long training partners, coaches, and my business partners, Ryan LaFleur and Greg T. Pasquale. They they own Long Island MMA, which is in Farmingdale, the one location, and then we co-own another location together in Islip, where I grew up. And they're the best, man. Those guys are forever my guys. I'm loyal to them. They're loyal to me. And like I said, we have a business together. I started my career with them, and I'll be with them until the end of my career. They're we just gel really well together. we're close on and off the mat. Our families are close, and I wouldn't want it any other way. They're both Long Island guys, and it's such a family atmosphere over there. Everybody is so chill, so friendly, and so tough, and it's just a great place to be. We mesh really well with like Chris's gym, with Weidman's gym. Marab comes over. You see Aljamain. We cross train quite a bit. I also go over to Belmore Kickboxing, and I do hit pads with Keith Trimble. He's been working with me on my striking now for quite a while, and I love working with him too. He's a guy that he's a little older. Like Ryan and Greg are more peers of mine, and I respect them, and but we have a different relationship. Keith is a little older. He has that more mentor feel, and so I get a little bit of work everywhere on Long Island. Everybody helps everybody, and it's really cool. But yeah, Long Island MMA is the home, and it's amazing.
Nice. Now, the diet is something that I wanted to revisit because it's a big part of the season for you. You know what I mean? Has it been a struggle for you? Do you have a dietitian or somebody that's coming in? Is there a company that's helping you out?
So I actually Chris Algieri, the boxer, professional boxer from Long Island, from Huntington, he is the guy who has helped me put together a plan of attack. I picked his brain, and he was great with me, giving me advice on what he does to make weight, what he eats. He's a nutritionist at like the highest level. I think he has his master's in nutrition. So the guy's just he's so intelligent, and he's an amazing fighter too. So he's been the person I've leaned on for advice when it comes to my diet. We didn't do like a diet plan, so to speak. I've fought for a really long time, and I'm a wrestler too growing up, so I know how to make weight, and I've learned over the years what good nutrition is. So he gives me advice on like water loading and just like calorie intake and how to replenish after weigh-ins. But as far as day-to-day stuff, I'm really a student of that game as well. And when I'm home, my girlfriend and I, we eat like primarily pretty much all organic. I meal prep. We cook together, and I take my nutrition very seriously. So I try to just put quality, healthy foods into my body, and it's been amazing. It's helped shave probably like a solid 10 pounds off of me, and that's been the game changer from 55 to 45.
Yeah, man, because it baffles me because even in the off season, dude, you look like a bodybuilder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's hard to fathom, but like you said, you have the history in wrestling, which if you have a history in wrestling, you know how to make weight. And like you said, you learned a lot about nutrition. That could be a future occupation for you now, you know what I mean? Because you've been through the heat.
Yeah, I would love to, if school wasn't so damn expensive, that's something I'd love to do is help people manage, and I do a little bit of that with, and I'm very careful to let people know who do want my help, that I train, that, listen, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not telling you to go eat this tree nut and you're allergic and you get sick, so only if they really want my help, but it is something that I would love to pursue, um, later in life when I'm done with fighting, because it's something I am passionate about, eating healthy. But yeah, like man, I love getting big and I love lifting weights. My uh, my lifting coach, Vinny, he's like, "Where you been, man?" I was like, I'm making 45. I can't be bulking up anymore these days. So after, the fight season, I'm going to get back to putting some nice muscle on. And, cause I feel great at like 175, 180, 185. That's where I really want to be at.
Could the next run be at lightweight, back at lightweight after maybe you win this $1 million at featherweight and you'd be like, all right, I did that. Let me go get some redemption up there at lightweight.
Oh, you bet. Actually, I would love to. I'd love to take this whole thing, yeah, and then go back up there looking for some redemption. That would be awesome. Because I don't love cutting a ton of weight.
Yeah.
Anyone who tells you that they do is a complete liar. It's not that much fun. It's just where a really good opportunity presented itself this year, and I'm capable of doing it. So I was like, all right, let's get it done.
All right, June 10th, man. Arman, how do you see this fight playing out? What can fans expect?
Fans can expect literally probably the aggressive, consistent pressure fight that I've put on, because I know that all the chips are on the table here. I got 3 points. I need more points. It's a shortened playoff format, right? It's not 8 guys like it usually is. It's 4 guys that go. So we got to win this bout. There's no playoff if you don't get more points. So you can't let a guy like Arman float around, be elusive, spin, be flashy. Got to get in this guy's face, and you got to make him tired, and you got to give him hell. So I'm going in there with my daughter in mind, my family in mind, my girlfriend in mind. Like, this is about the life that I want for myself, and money that can change our lives for the better. And he's gonna have to kill me to win this fight, because I'm gonna be there the entire fight, putting pressure on him, looking to put him away. I'm not going out calling, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. But I'm telling you right now, when you get in there with me and I'm motivated, I'm a problem. And the shape I'm in is better than the shape I was in the first fight. The way I'm going to cut this weight is better than the first time, and my mindset is even better, because the finish line for the playoffs is right here. So I'm looking for bonus points. I'm not trying to finish the fight in a minute, like going crazy. I don't need that. I have points already. He needs that. So we're going to be smart. We're going to put pressure on him, and he's going to start to get tired, and I'm going to be right there waiting, and I'm going to take advantage of every opportunity.
All right, Chris. Appreciate you, man, for the time, and hopefully we get another one in ahead of the next fight and the next fight until the end of the year, man. We'll see you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, let's go, man. I want this belt. I want it so bad.